Be me, 29, software developer making decent money at around $95,000 a year. Been with my girlfriend Jasmine for 2.5 years. Things were solid, or at least I thought they were. We moved in together 8 months ago. I cover the full rent since I make significantly more than her $32,000 marketing coordinator salary, plus most of the bills. She contributes to groceries and utilities. Seemed fair. Seemed like we were building something. Then about 3 weeks ago, everything shifted. The intimacy just stopped. Not gradually, like someone flipped a switch. We used to be pretty active in that department, but suddenly she's always too tired or has a headache. I'm not some caveman who can't respect boundaries, but it felt abrupt. Weird. Then I started noticing other things. She'd be sitting on the couch and constantly adjusting herself, wincing slightly. Started taking really long showers, like 30 to 45 minutes when she used to be a quick 15-minute person. The bathroom situation got strange too. She'd get up multiple times during a movie, sometimes every 20 minutes. When I'd ask if she was feeling okay, she'd snap, "I'm fine, stop hovering." Our bathroom also suddenly had products I'd never seen before. Specific wipes, prescription strength creams. She mumbled something about a yeast infection when I asked, but that was weeks ago and the products kept appearing. The phone thing bothered me too, if I'm being honest. She was always on it now, angling the screen away whenever I walked by. She'd smile at something on her phone in a way she didn't smile at me anymore. I'd catch her texting and she'd quickly lock the screen. I kept thinking, maybe work stress? Maybe I'm being paranoid. But my gut wouldn't shut up. One night, about 2 weeks into the dry spell, I tried to initiate. Nothing aggressive, just affectionate, the way we used to be. She physically recoiled like I'd burned her. "I'm not in the mood, okay?" God, you're so pushy lately. Pushy? We hadn't touched in 2 weeks. I backed off immediately, but that word stuck with me. Pushy. Was I being pushy? Or was something else happening here? I started questioning myself. Maybe this is just what relationships become. Maybe I'm being needy. Maybe the honeymoon phase is just over and I need to adjust expectations. But the symptoms were real. The discomfort was visible, and the timing of everything. The sudden refusal of intimacy right when she started showing physical symptoms. It didn't add up. Something was wrong. I just couldn't prove it yet. I couldn't shake the feeling. Even if we weren't being intimate now, we had seen before this dry spell started. What if something happened before she started refusing and she's showing symptoms now? What if I'm already exposed to whatever this is? I booked an appointment with my primary care doctor, Dr. Patel, for a full STD panel. Not because I was certain I had something. More like peace of mind. That's what I told myself anyway. The appointment was routine until Dr. Patel started asking standard questions. Any new partners in the last 6 months? No. Same girlfriend. Over 2 years now. Is your partner experiencing any symptoms you're aware of? I hesitated. Do I mention this? Will it sound paranoid? Actually, yeah. She seems really uncomfortable. Physically. And she's been completely avoiding intimacy. Dr. Patel's expression shifted slightly. Still professional, but more focused. Has she been tested recently? I don't know. I haven't asked. You should have that conversation. If she's displaying symptoms and simultaneously avoiding physical contact, that's worth exploring together. For both of your health. The drive home was brutal. I sat in my car in the parking lot for 20 minutes just thinking. How do I even bring this up? Hey babe, my doctor thinks you might have an STD. She'll lose her mind, but if something's actually wrong, don't I have a right to know? We live together. We share a life. This affects me too. I rehearsed it in my head the entire drive. Kept my tone neutral, clinical even. Made it about us, not accusations. Still felt like I was about to detonate a bomb. I waited until she seemed relaxed. She was scrolling on her phone on the couch when I sat down next to her. Hey, so I had a checkup today. Just routine stuff. They did a full panel, STD tests, blood work, everything. She looked up from her phone. Okay. I was thinking, maybe we should both get tested. Together? Just to be safe and rule everything out. The shift was instant. Her entire face changed from neutral to furious in half a second. Are you fucking serious right now? What? I'm just saying it's responsible to... You think I'm cheating? You think I'm dirty? Jasmine, that's not what I meant. If you don't trust me, just fucking leave. Seriously, this is insulting. After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me. She stood up, stormed into the bedroom, and slammed the door hard enough that a picture frame rattled on the wall. I stood there in the living room, completely blindsided. That wasn't the reaction of someone who had nothing to hide. A normal person would just go get tested, right? Clear the air. It's a simple thing, unless there's something to hide. 3 days later, Dr. Patel's office called with my results. Everything came back negative, clean across the board. Relief hit me first. Thank God. But then, as I sat there holding the printed results, a darker thought crept in. If I'm completely clean, and we were supposedly exclusive, and she's clearly showing symptoms of something, and she absolutely refuses to get tested. The math wasn't mathing. I'm not normally a snooper. Never have been. I trusted her. But I'm also the one paying full rent on our place, plus most other expenses. We set up a joint account for shared costs, bills, groceries, date nights, household stuff. Sunday night, I'm doing my usual monthly review of our finances, and something catches my eye. Hilton Garden Inn, downtown, $189. We live 15 minutes from downtown. Why would she need a hotel? I sat there staring at that hotel charge for 5 full minutes. We talked about saving for a house. She'd cry about student loans. Meanwhile, she's dropping $189 on a downtown hotel when we live 15 minutes away. The audacity actually made me laugh. This bitter, airless sound I didn't recognize. I scroll further. Uber rides. $47 to an address in the suburbs I don't recognize. Timestamp says 1 p.m. on a Wednesday. She works from home on Wednesdays. Venmo payments start showing up. Drinks. $45 to someone named Derek M. You're the best. $30 to Ryan T. My hands are shaking as I screenshot everything. CVS Pharmacy, $52. I check the date. It's a Sunday 3 weeks ago when she told me she ran to Target for toiletries. I pull up our Target card statement. No charge that day. I go back through 3 months of statements. The pattern is devastating. 4 different hotel charges, all local. Plan B. Emergency contraception purchases, $50 each. 3 separate times. Restaurants I've never been to with her. More Venmo payments to names I don't recognize, all with flirty captions. Uber rides to neighborhoods she has no reason to be in. Total spending on whatever this is. $3,247.82 in 3 months. $3,000 of our money, which is basically my money since I'm covering rent and most bills. I create a private Google Drive folder and start organizing everything by date. Screenshots, transaction records. I'm methodical about it, even though my chest feels like it's caving in. 2 nights later, she's in the shower. Her iPad is on the couch, connected to her iCloud, so her messages pop up as notifications. I'm not trying to snoop. The preview just lights up right in front of me. Derek. Can't wait to see you Thursday? My stomach drops. I grab my phone and photograph the screen. Another notification comes through. Ryan, work. Last night was amazing. Your boyfriend's an idiot for not appreciating you. I'm going to be sick. I sit there, iPad in front of me, bathroom door closed, shower running. I could open her messages, read everything. But do I even need to at this point? The evidence is already overwhelming. Multiple guys, hotels, Plan B pills, which means unprotected, the symptoms she's having, Her explosive refusal to get tested. Holy shit. How long has this been going on? Derek who? Ryan from her work? She's been sleeping with a co-worker. Over the next few days, I don't confront. I'm not stupid. I continue documenting. More messages pop up on the iPad. I photograph each one. I calculate exact amounts from the bank account. $3,247.82 over 3 months of affairs. Friday afternoon, she's at work. I'm home with a legitimately bad cold. I know what I'm about to do is invasive, but I'm way past caring about privacy when she's potentially exposed me to diseases and drained thousands from our joint account. I go through her nightstand, bottom drawer, under old magazines, a folded paper from a women's health clinic. Patient, Jasmine Torres test date, 6 weeks ago. Results, positive, chlamydia treatment, prescribed azithromycin 1 gram single dose. Follow-up, recommended retest in 3 weeks. She knew, she fucking knew. 6 weeks ago, she tested positive. We were still having sex 6 weeks ago, barely, but we were. She got diagnosed, got treated, and never told me. Never suggested I get tested, just stopped sleeping with me and hoped I wouldn't notice or ask questions. I sit on our bedroom floor holding this paper, and something breaks in me. This isn't suspicion anymore. This is proof. She cheated with multiple people, got infected, got treated secretly, and when I asked her to get tested together, she called me insulting. Gaslit me into thinking I was paranoid and controlling. I photograph the test results, add them to the evidence folder. I call my doctor's office immediately. It's Friday evening, but I leave a detailed voicemail explaining the timeline. We had sex up until about 7 weeks ago. She tested positive 6 weeks ago, got treated, and I had no idea. The nurse calls back within an hour. You need to come in Monday morning. First appointment, don't panic. Chlamydia is curable, and your initial screening was negative, which is a very good sign. But given the timeline, we need to monitor closely. That weekend is hell. I can't sleep, can't eat. I'm sitting on evidence of betrayal while simultaneously terrified I might be infected. Every time I look at her across the apartment, I want to scream. But I hold it together. Document everything. Prepare. I'm done. I don't confront her immediately. First, I call Dr. Patel's office back. I explain the situation to the nurse, found out my partner had chlamydia 6 weeks ago. We had contact before her diagnosis. What do I do? The nurse is professional, but firm. Absolutely no sexual contact with her moving forward. You'll need retesting at specific intervals, even though your initial results were negative. There are window periods where infections don't show up immediately. Based on your timeline, if she was treated 6 weeks ago and you haven't had contact since, you're likely in the clear, but we need to monitor you. Likely in the clear. Those words are a lifeline. I also call my buddy who's a lawyer. He tells me to record any confrontation, legal in our state with one-party consent, and document everything carefully. If she's brazen enough to do all this, she might be unstable enough to make false accusations when cornered. Protect yourself. Saturday morning. She's in a good mood, humming in the kitchen, making coffee. It feels grotesque, knowing what I know. My phone is recording in my pocket. My laptop sits open on the kitchen table with the evidence folder pulled up. Jasmine, we need to talk. She sees my expression, sees the laptop. Her smile fades. About what? About Derek and Ryan, and the $3,200 you spent from our joint account on hotels and Plan B pills, and the chlamydia diagnosis you hid from me. I watch her go through every stage. I don't know what you're talking about. I turn the laptop toward her. Bank statements fill the screen. Those could be anything. You're misunderstanding. You went through my stuff? You violated my privacy? This is financial abuse. You're controlling. Our joint account isn't private, Jasmine, and you violated my health by potentially exposing me to... Nothing physical happened with Derek. We're just friends. We just talked. I show her the hotel charges, 4 of them. Her face flushes. Okay, fine. We hooked up a few times, but it was just sex. It didn't mean anything. It's not like I love him. You spent $3,000 of our money on just sex? You were always working. You never paid attention to me. You made me feel invisible. What was I supposed to do? Break up with me? Go to therapy? Not cheat and expose me to STDs? She switches tactics. Her eyes well up with tears. You're right. You're completely right. I fucked up so badly. I'm so sorry. I'll do anything. Therapy, couples counseling, whatever you need. Please don't leave me. I love you. You got tested 6 weeks ago. You knew you had chlamydia. You never told me the tears stop. Her expression hardens. You know what? Fuck you. They actually appreciated me. They made me feel wanted and desired. You're boring. You're a doormat. Honestly, I settled for you. Then why are you begging me not to leave? She starts pacing, hands shaking. You don't understand. Derek doesn't actually care about me. Ryan's just using me. You're the one who's supposed to be there for me. I was there for you. For 2.5 years, while you were fucking other guys in hotel rooms I paid for. It wasn't like that. You exposed me to an STD and said nothing. What if I'd given it to someone else? What if we'd kept having sex before you suddenly decided to stop? But we didn't. You're fine. I didn't know that. You stole that choice from me. You could have destroyed my health and you just didn't care. Her face crumples, but I'm done falling for the tears. Because she's spiraling now, rage and panic mixing. You can't just leave. If you leave me, I'll tell everyone you hit me. I'll tell your family, your boss, everyone that you abused me. I'll fucking ruin your life. You have no idea what I'm capable of. I pull out my phone, stop the recording, play back the last 30 seconds. Her face goes completely white. I've documented everything, Jasmine. Every transaction, every message I saw on your iPad, your test results, and this entire conversation. I've already consulted a lawyer. You're not threatening me into staying in this relationship. My phone starts buzzing. Her friends, Jessica, Mara, and Taylor, blowing up my messages. Jessica. You're an asshole for abandoning her when she needs support. Mara. She made mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Grow up, Taylor. She should have left your boring ass ages ago. You're controlling. I screenshot these too. Text the group. You all knew she was cheating, didn't you? Silence for 2 minutes. Then Taylor responds. She deserved to be happy. There it is. They knew everything, encouraged it, probably covered for her. Jasmine's still staring at my phone in my hand, realizing her final card just got burned. Where are you even going to go? This is our place. I'm paying full rent, Jasmine. The lease is in both names, but I'm the one with good credit and stable income. I've already talked to the landlord. You can either cover full rent yourself, find a roommate, or move out. I don't care which. I'm done. You can't do this to me. Watch me. I stayed with my buddy Matt for a week while apartment hunting. Jasmine tried everything, crying voicemails that went from apologetic to angry to threatening and back. She showed up at my office twice until security escorted her out. She sent her mom to mediate, but I politely declined through text. I went fully no contact except through my lawyer regarding the joint account and lease termination. Found a 1-bedroom across town within a week. Rent's higher since I'm covering it solo without splitting anything, but it's worth every penny. No more walking on eggshells. No more lies. Just peace. And quiet. 3 months after leaving, I went back to Dr. Patel's office for the final STD retest, the one that accounts for all window periods and confirms whether I'm actually in the clear. I sat in the waiting room, probably looking like I was about to pass out. This was it, the moment that would tell me if I'd actually dodged the bullet or if I'd been exposed despite the dry spell. Dr. Patel came in with my results. Everything's negative. Completely clean across the board, I sat in my car in the parking lot afterward and just breathed. Actually breathed for what felt like the first time in months. I dodged it. By trusting my gut, refusing to ignore red flags, standing firm about testing and cutting contact when she showed symptoms. I protected myself. If I'd been the chill boyfriend who didn't ask questions, who didn't violate privacy, who just trusted blindly, I'd probably be dealing with treatment and wondering who else she'd expose me to. My lawyer sent Jasmine a formal demand letter for the $3,247.82 spent on her affairs, plus half the security deposit since I was breaking the lease early. She fought it initially, threatened to countersue for emotional distress. But when my lawyer mentioned the documented evidence, the recording of her threats, and potential small claims court, she paid up. Took her 3 months in installments, but every cent came back. The social fallout happened without me lifting a finger. Derek's long-term girlfriend found out somehow. Mutual friends overlap in weird ways. She left him immediately. Ryan turned out to be married. His wife discovered everything when his phone bill showed excessive texting. Divorce proceedings started. Jasmine's friend group fractured. Apparently Mara didn't know the full extent, thought it was one emotional affair, not multiple physical ones. When details came out, she distanced herself. I didn't feel good about the chaos exactly, but I didn't feel bad either. Actions have consequences. 6 months out now, here's where I'm at. Started therapy to process the betrayal and rebuild trust in my own judgment. Turns out, getting gaslit for months fucks with your head. I got promoted at work. My boss actually pulled me aside and said my performance had noticeably improved over the last few months. I didn't realize how distracted and drained I'd been while with Jasmine. Reconnected with college friends I'd drifted away from. Joined a climbing gym. Started actually having hobbies again instead of spending every evening wondering why my girlfriend was glued to her phone. I'm casually dating now. Taking it extremely slow, vetting carefully. First date, I pay attention to how they talk about exes. Second date, I notice how they handle their phone around me. Third date, I'm watching for respect and consistency. Maybe I'm paranoid now, or maybe I just learned to listen when something feels off. The W isn't just that I dodged the STD, though that's huge. It's that I trusted myself when someone I loved was telling me I was crazy. I gathered evidence instead of reacting emotionally in the moment. I protected my health, my finances, and my future. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd ignored the signs, if I'd been the guy who didn't want to seem controlling by asking questions. I'd probably still be with her, probably infected by now, definitely still funding her affairs while being called paranoid whenever I expressed the slightest concern. Instead, I'm in my own place, healthy, financially stable, building genuine friendships, learning to trust people again, slowly, working on myself in therapy, actually excited about life instead of dreading coming home. 6 months ago, I thought my relationship was solid and my life was on track. Turned out I was funding someone else's double life while slowly being eroded by gaslighting. Now, I'm single, clean, and learning that being alone is 1,000 times better than being with someone who makes you feel crazy for noticing the truth. That's the biggest W of all.